Alyssa. If you've had the privilege of experiencing love in this lifetime, then you've probably had the disadvantage of experiencing heartbreak. Love is funny like that. Either it ends in a happily ever after, or it ends in a pain so strong that it can affect not only your mental health, but also your physical health. Heartbreak can lead to heart palpitations, appetite changes, digestive issues, and also it can affect your heart rate. Anybody who surrenders themselves to love knows these conditions, yet we still decide to fall in love. And I think that there is so much beauty in that. What is it about love that makes people step outside of themselves and step into somebody that they didn't know before? Whether it's changing your perfume from a gourmand vanilla that you've always worn to a more floral rose smell, because he once said that he liked the smell of them as you passed them in the supermarket. Or if it's watching the strong woman you once knew yourself to be transformed to someone much weaker right before your eyes. We all change for love. Some of us change for the positive, and some of us change for the negative. I met my 15, and now he's 20. I've been in love with the same person for half a decade. Love struck us at such a young age that we didn't know what it was yet, and we didn't know how to love properly. But we gave it our all. Eventually, he had to move to Tennessee in 2022, and we took a 5-month break. When those words fell out of his mouth, I would have done anything to prevent that break from happening. When I experienced emotions that I didn't even know I could experience, emotions so strong that it felt like a magnitude 5 earthquake had just hit my body. Love comes with a plethora of complex emotions, and it drives you to do things that you would never expect from yourself. But I think that there's so much beauty in those emotions. Today, I will show you truly how powerful love can be. First, we will look into an Aesop fable called The Foolish Woman, and then I will share a story of my own. Let's take a look at The Foolish Woman. The Foolish Woman is not a commonly known fable, even though I think it should be, because it is one of the most honest perceptions of heartbreak that I've ever read. Now, you might think I'm crazy once you actually hear this fable, but I hope that once I explain my reasoning that you'll understand. As retold by the website Aesop Fables, the fable reads, a married woman whose lover was about to reform by running away procured a pistol and shot him dead. Why did you do that, madame? Inquired a policeman sauntering by. Because, replied the married woman, he was a wicked man, and he had just purchased a ticket to Chicago. My sister, said an adjacent man of God solemnly, you cannot stop the wicked from going to Chicago by killing them. Now, the moral of this fable is to show how powerful love can be. Love can cause such strong emotions that it prevents you from thinking rationally. Most people would do anything to stop the intense pain that comes with love. After that strange, yet powerful, yet kind of scary fable, let's look into a more realistic example. Remember at the beginning of the speech when I said that I felt emotions so strong that it felt like a magnitude 5 earthquake had just hit my body? Well, I mean it. After that goodbye, I didn't know if I wanted to run 5 miles around my neighborhood or if I wanted to scream and cry so loud that it would actually wake up my whole neighborhood. I completely lost my ability to think rationally. The person that was once my center of my happiness, my safe space, and above all my best friend had just disintegrated out of my life, and I didn't know what to do without him. I killed the girl that I was with him. My strawberry blonde hair that I was born with quickly turned into a Barbie blonde. My porcelain skin was lathered in self-tan weekly, and the bubbly, bright, trusting girl that I once was turned into a more cold-hearted, monotone girl. Grieving the loss of him quickly turned into grieving the loss of the girl that I once was. Now, my story isn't nearly as dramatic or life-altering as the Foolish Woman's was, but they are similar in many ways. I understand the foolish woman, not in the sense that I or anybody here would ever kill the man that they once loved, but in the sense that I feel like the only way to accurately capture that pain that comes with heartbreak is through the analogy of death. When the foolish woman heard that her husband was leaving to Chicago, she would have rather him leave the planet completely over him grieving the loss of her presence. I mean, maybe then she'd be able to heal without him being in her sight. Like I said, this fable has to be the most honest perception of heartbreak that I've ever heard. As explained in The Foolish Woman and through my own personal story, love has the power to take complete control over your mind and emotions. But I do truly think that there's so much beauty in that. I mean, how lucky were we to be able to experience a love so strong and so powerful that it can cause such great pain? Millions would give anything to experience even half of what that love feels like. In the end, if you had the privilege of experiencing love, please view heartbreak as a privilege also. It's a privilege to love someone so much that there will always be a piece of them in you. Thank you.